Okay, so the first chart we're going to learn will be called column chart. Okay, for the column chart, inside the column chart, the first chart will be called clustered column. So we're doing column charts, and inside that, the first one will be called clustered column. Okay, so a table like this is given to you. To make a clustered column chart, what you do is you select the entire table except the total row and total column. So you do not select the total row and total column. Once the selection is done, you go to insert on the top. And all the charts in Excel live in the middle here. So just look on the screen. All of the charts live here. So we are learning column chart first. So the column chart is this one here, the first one. This one here is the column chart. So you click on it. And in this, the first one is the clustered column chart. So you click on it and the chart is ready. Okay, then you arrange the chart in a proper way. You can increase and decrease the size of the chart from the corner. So from the corner, you can increase or decrease the size of the chart. And this is your chart, clustered column. Any questions on how to make the clustered column chart? Should be pretty simple. Okay, once you have the chart, you have to do the basic formatting on chart. So write down how to do the basic formatting on any chart, but I'll just show you on the clustered column. The first thing you want to do is give a proper chart title. So what you do is you click on the chart title. You either double click and write down the name of the chart. Say this is the Sales for London team. Or the other thing you can do is you click on it. So you click on this thing here. Go to the formula bar up here. This is the formula bar. Press equals. Click on the name of your table. So if I click on this, the cell comes in there. And then if I press enter, the name of the table becomes the name of the chart. So if I press enter, look at that. Did that make sense? So you can connect the table name to the chart title this way. Okay, so here's a question. If I change the name of the table, will the name of the chart title change? What do you think? Yes or no? So from London, if I make it some other city, say Richmond. And if I press enter, will the name of the chart title change? Yes. So make a note. They will be connected if you do this. And if one thing changes, the other will change. Okay, more formatting. The next thing you have to do is make the chart as clean as possible. So to make it clean, what you do is you click on the back lines. So you click on the back lines and delete it. The other important bit is to add labels to your chart. Write down how to add labels to chart. So in order to add labels, you need to understand these three buttons on the side. So if you click on the first button, which is the plus, it's called the chart elements. If you click on it, all of the options come on the right hand side. And in here you go to data labels. Look at that. So if you click on data labels, you will see that the value of each column comes on the column itself. It's a little bit messy, but this is how you get the labels on the bars itself. Does that make sense? And then there are different options. Where do you want the labels? For example, if you need more options, you click on the corner arrow here and you decide where do you want it, in the center, inside base. So you keep it where it's most visible. So in this case, the outside end. Okay, the second button here is called chart styles. If the question is change the style of your chart, you go on the second button here and click on it. And you'll see various different designs for your chart. So if you're presenting something, and if you want to present it in a way that you like it, you can select the design you like. Okay, for example, this one and so on. Hello. Any questions so far? Okay, so if you don't want the style, the third button here is called the filter button. Okay, the third button is charts filter. If you click on it, you should be able to see everything which is in the chart. But for example, if you want to get rid of May and everything, so what you do is you unclick on May And if you do apply, okay, let's get rid of these three as well. And if you click on, okay, say if you want to get rid of May, you untick May and do apply. And see what happened. May disappeared from your chart. If you want August to disappear, you unclick August. My computer is acting weird. One sec. And if you click on apply, you see that August has disappeared. Does that make sense? The filter button. You can get rid of whatever you don't want. And if you want to bring everything back, all you have to do is click on select all. So if you do select all and apply, everything comes back. Okay, does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, one more thing you have to do. Once you put the labels on the chart, you have to get rid of the y-axis. So anything that is repeating in your chart, you have to get rid of. So since you put the data labels here, click on the y-axis and press delete to make it as clean as possible. Yes, so once you add the data labels on the chart, the y-axis is not needed anymore because it's kind of a repetition. So you click on the y-axis and press delete and get rid of it. And this is clustered column chart. And then if you have to present it, what you do is you copy this, click on the chart, copy, and paste it in a Word document to make it into a report. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do one more for the students who walked in late. So let's do one more. Let me just see if it's recording. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, so the next question is make a clustered column chart, but you don't want the entire table. You only want the months and website sales. Okay, so make a note, make a clustered column chart, but now you only want the months and the website sales. You don't want anything else. Okay, so this is how we do it. Listen, if you walked in late, you select the month column, not the total. And then on your keyboard, you hold the control key. So hold the control key on your keyboard and then select website sales. So this is very important. If you don't hold the control key, you will not be able to select the website sales column. You can practice this when I give you time. And now can somebody help me how to insert the clustered column? Where do I go? Very good. You go to insert on the top. So write down if you missed it. Charts in the middle here. And the first one here is the clustered column. Okay, now since we have just website sales, it's only going to show for website sales. Make sense? And then do the basic formatting, get rid of the backlines, add the labels, get rid of the y-axis. Does that make sense? Okay, now write down how to do advanced formatting. This was basic formatting. Now write down how to do advanced formatting. If there's something complicated you want to do, then how do you do that? Okay, for that, what you do is you click anywhere inside the chart and then right click and go to, so click anywhere inside the chart and then right click. And on the right click, you have to go to Format Data Series or Format button. There should be a Format button. You click on that. And once you click on that, question? Okay, so once you click on that, you will see that a new window on the side opens up. And this thing has all the advanced formatting. So if you click on the drop downs, this is everything advanced that you need. And you can play around when you practice. Does that make sense? Now just make a note. If you click on different things in your chart, so for example, if I click on the x-axis, the options here will change. So for example, if I click on the bars, the options will change. If I click on the labels, the options will change and so on. So make a note, for each element in your chart, the options will change. Okay, and there's one cool thing you can do. You click on the bar. So you click on these columns or bars, and you go to the first one here. And you can say vary colors by point. So any guesses what will happen if I do that? If I click on vary colors by point. So let's see what happens. If I click on it, look what happens. Each bar gets different color. So this is something you can do for a chart to have different colors. Okay, does that make sense? This was clustered column chart. If the question is to make a stacked column chart, so next question is stacked column chart. Stacked, S-T-A-C-K-E-D, stacked. Then you do the same thing that we did before, but the only difference is in the drop down here, the second one is the stacked column chart. Okay, so you do the same things, but for clustered, you do the first one. For stacked, you do the second one. In clustered, everything is horizontal. In stacked, everything is above each other. Okay, just write down that is the main difference. Clustered, everything horizontal next to each other. And for stacked, everything on top of each other. Okay, you can practice that stacked column when you do it. Write down the next chart will be called bar chart. So so far we've done column chart, and in column chart we've done clustered and stacked. Now we are doing bar chart. And the first one in bar chart will be clustered bar chart. Okay, pretty simple. You do the same thing as before, but the only difference is in the drop down, this one here, let me select it. So if I select the whole table without the total, the bar chart is this one here. Okay, so just make a note. The difference between bar and column is bar will be horizontally placed, and the column charts are vertically placed. That's the only difference. Does that make sense? Okay, so when you practice, you can also practice the bar charts the same way. It's the same thing. Okay, and to get the bar stack chart, it's this one here, the second one here. It's the stacked bar chart. Okay, this is the stacked column, this is the stacked bar, and so on. Pretty simple. If you want to play around, if you want 3D, then these are 3D graphs. If you like 3D graphs, same thing. Okay, does that make sense? 4 graphs we've done so far, 2 column and 2 bar. Okay, let me see if it's recording. It's recording.